measure, and so this is my limitation. I cannot promise a specific investment, but what I can do is put my own reputation on the line and campaign very publicly to say that if we pass this, I intend as the mayor of this city, and I'm only one vote, but an important vote, to fight to ensure that these resources are invested in exactly what I just described: inclusive economic development, job growth, housing, and youth investment connected to our neighborhoods, especially our disadvantaged neighborhoods. Next week at the City Council, we're going to put forward a series of what I call metrics, how we intend to evaluate the impact of these new dollars should Measure U pass. And the metrics are going to be things like, how does a project affect, in a positive way, lower income communities? How many jobs are going to be created? How many young people are going to benefit? How many housing units are going to be built as a result of the investment? So we're going to say loud and clear that we intend to hold ourselves accountable to a series of measures and metrics once this passes. Is that a guarantee? No, because under the law, I can't give that guarantee. But I am standing before you and in many public forums saying, the only reason to do this is to invest this magnitude of money in improving the quality of life for people in our neighborhoods around jobs, housing, and investing in young people and their futures. Thank you.
Hata mai dua anai ning jewa wa sungpo tay bu cho na mai pun mai nai ning wa hata yem lai mai te wa anai. Okay. Actually, the house is young now. You come, still pay nai thao. The Measure U legislation and the Hong Kong legislation passed the nai cả quê mayor là tuôn về nhà tận này đi oi ha nó so nó hay thấy tôi vừa nói về miền mùa miền trung miền nam đây này con nên là cả because a lot of time này nếu vừa tu sang nhà tận này they always mean bún đa miền mai miền lúc thì phải tụi miền hay con và nếu vừa hay trình ở đồng nhung hay con thảo mình đã họ tông vừa đã họ tông nếu vừa hay hang sự dạy con nó nếu vừa hay mình nếu vừa your voice is being heard so nếu vừa hay mình con nếu vừa hay mình lo giang miền trung miền như mình dịch choáng như mình con nếu vừa ở đồng nhung nông họ tông này vừa ở đồng nhung program này nếu vừa hay con nó most of the time là nhà là mình đang miền mai miền như họ tông đang vừa mai tụi miền hay hiếu tu sâu rằng hay mình thành được một phần chơi đấy mà về con sẽ hệ hang vừa miền này vừa tụi miền giống hiếu sâu rằng hang vừa chủng cái nào như community nè hay nó hay hiếu tụi con được vừa anh mẹ tại nhà tập trung vừa sản chân làว่าlên con ta hang sản chân nó này có hai chồngเป็น mayor nóในnhà tu ta này sẽ ở thành đóไปช่วยรอcông anhรอcôngปุ่นใหม่công thamปุ่นmiền chỉ đào mai công chỗ anh cho so về nhà mình thành đào housing unit này sẽ mai giao tham tậpปุ่นvừa tổng độ income mai giao yên này sẽ hay thànhตัวnày anh cho đượcว่าđượcว่าthere was one more thing that he called out and so homelessness in đượcว่าanh mai miền hai mai tổng của miền yam mai công của miền châu thì nó rất là hiện tại châu rồi nè để mà hay bè tình thì con tham như là vừa hay hiếu tú để vừa tổng rồi phát vừa nếu vừa hiếu nặng hiếu nằm vừa thành bè tình đánh gì okay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kalpana, former principal Ann Johnson. I think we met there. We met with John Fleming. And I spent the time with a couple of the superintendent, Banda, and then Aguila. So good to see you here. thế là ia trả tới tiền bàn tiền nhiều quả cha này con tiền quả mà tầm diện miền bị hiệu bền có Mayor Steinberg, I just want to reiterate what you just mentioned about the purpose you coming here in Mien so that we have clear understanding a little bit.
Thank you.
อาจารย์นี่ก็ใน measure you อะไรก็อีกเหมือนในตลาดสนิมอ่อยใต้ปวงปนแต่เยอะล้อมปันแต่เยสนิมได้โซในเพื่อการเมืองในเจ้าโซมุจาเจ้าไหนเนาะผู้ห้ามในเพื่อหมายได้ measure you นะ in November 6 is in the ballot นั่นเราตัดอีกก้อนเท่านั้นเพื่ออ่อย今日正好，เรา哋外土本狀，特別係中面查證，今大講外本嚟盤面，你會做盤嚟面啦，係都這樣變為加一 cent，變 non measure U 嚟 1 cent addition to the measure U， before it's 50 cents right now making one basically asking 係加啲tiền嚟 sales tax 邊邊啦，你個端地人但係停到個差啦，你陣拖但頭光會使你會先拖外每日中邊要講頭嚟 November 嚟。election จะโหดเอาปุ่นบัวเถงที่นี่จงถนัดผ่านนั่นเนี่ยโอ้นี่ว่านักว่าต้องก็ไม่ใช่ยูเนาะสิตาบุญไม่ว่าไหนทำได้เจ้าตัวเนี่ย my question is for Mayor Steinberg is you know Mien people have been in Sacramento since 1982 I think actually one of the silver flower girls husband not you, Nicole's family, Danny Tang, they would have first Mien family here, they came 1981, 82. They settled here on the 2nd Street, I think. So it's been 36 years since the Mien people moved into this area. And I find it frequently that most city officials, citizens, school district personnel, government officials don't really know about the Mien because this is the biggest Mien community in the world outside of Asia. Believe it or not, this is the biggest one. This is the center. That's why I moved up here from Bay Area. I lived 26 years in Richmond. I moved up here because this is like the hub, the center of Mien outside of Asia. Now, as I was doing my research, I found two things interesting that I would like to ask you, see if you can help us understand a little bit. I was struggling doing my dissertation to find data on the Mien in Sacramento, in school and in the city. We know this largest community because we keep official records, but I could not find any official records. Without any official data, it's hard for me, for our community to know how well we're doing. What's our graduation rate compared to, say, African American, to Hmong, to Lao, to Chinese? What is our unemployment rate? What's our housing status? Those things I find troublesome. So this is my first question: is if there's a strategy or plan in place to have Mien be recognized, identified, and tracked, so that we can find out how well we're doing. If we're doing horrible, hey, we need some help, right? If we're doing really well, hey, this excellent population, maybe they're doing something right. So that's first question. Second is this. I also did my dissertation, was doing that. I checked the California CDE data on the English learner population. There's only data tracked on the Mien in the whole state. English learner students population. I noticed that 1997, Sacramento City Unified School District have the highest Mien population, more than 7,000 students strong. And then it started declining. Right now, as of 2016, there are more Mien in Elk Grove than Sacramento. My question is, this is a general question, doesn't apply to Mien. Mien may be just one subgroup, but maybe they reflect the overall movement of population from Sacramento out, which impacts our school district enrollment negatively. My question on that part is there a plan, or how do you plan to make Sacramento to retain people or to attract more people so they don't go to Elk Grove and join Steve Lee?
But that's, first of all, I don't know whether or not the city separately tracks the progress of Mien American community in Sacramento, but that's something that we need to check and understand when it comes to census, when it comes to quality of life evaluations we do, whether or not we break down the Southeast Asian population, for example, Bai, Mien, Hmong, Vietnamese. I don't know. We need to go back. And I have Darcy and Rachel here from my team, who, by the way, around Measure U, if anybody's interested in getting involved and getting engaged in the campaign, these are the two great campaign leaders who are helping us here. So you can talk to them. I had to get in that little pitch there. I'm sorry. I just had to do that. So that's question one. Question two. This is the whole point. And this is the whole argument I make for why we must invest in inclusive economic development in the city of Sacramento. We have to own our economic future. We have to create jobs here. We don't have enough private sector high-wage jobs. It shouldn't be that you either work for the state civil service or there isn't much for you to do here. Young people are making the decision with their feet all the time. Where are they going to choose to live? I want people to choose Sacramento. They'll only choose Sacramento if we invest in creating a more diverse, high-wage economy. Now, is that exclusive of Elk Grove or Rancho Cordova? I mean, ultimately, we need to work together as a region. But Measure U is about the city of Sacramento, and to create the emphasis in the capital to invest in jobs and housing so that people can afford to live here in the city and don't have to move to other places because